Middle name too.
Yeah.
Alex Clayton Nolan.
Alex Clayton Nolan. And how do you spell Alex?
Alex.
A-L-E-X.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you spell Nolan?
Nolan.
Thank you very much. So, Alex, just a few questions to get us started. How old are you today?
11.
11 years old. And did you just finish a year of school?
Yeah.
What grade did you just finish?
5th.
5th grade. And where did you go to school?
Centennial Elementary.
Centennial Elementary? All right. And you remember who your teacher was this past year?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Miss Pam Dwyer.
Miss who?
Miss Pam Dwyer.
How do you say her name?
Pam Dwyer.
Pam Dwyer, okay. So if you can, and I know it's uncomfortable testifying, but I need you to speak real clearly when I ask you questions, okay? Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. So you just finished the 5th grade. Your teacher was Miss Dwyer. Did you have a favorite subject this year?
Math.
Math? Why do you like math?
I don't know. I just do.
You just like it? Okay. So, Alex, do you understand the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie?
Yes.
Yeah. And what have I asked you to do today?
Tell the truth.
Yeah. And have I asked you how to testify?
No.
What about your own memories? I've asked you to testify directly from what only you remember
Yes.
and not to testify from what anyone else has told you? All right. So,
I'm sorry, was there an answer to that?
yeah, Alex, you'll have to answer yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Alex, just some kind of background questions about your family. Who is your biological mother?
Crystal.
Crystal, and what's her last name?
Daniels.
Daniels. And did you have a stepfather?
Yeah.
And what was his name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Last name?
Daniels.
Thank you. And Alex, who do you currently live with?
My aunt and uncle.
Your aunt and uncle? Okay. And I know it's tough to testify about this, but just bear with me for a few minutes, okay? What is your aunt's name?
Danielle.
Yeah. You need some water?
No.
There's a Kleenex right there if you need it, okay? And what's your uncle's name?
Waylon.
Thank you. Hey, Alex, if you need to stop for a minute, just let me know, okay? You want to keep going? All right. Thank you. Alex, do you remember when you used to live at 1112 Garners Creek Road?
Yeah.
When you lived there, who all lived with you?
Belle, Joe, Crystal, Noah, Joyce, sometimes April, and then little Joe.
Okay. Oh, let's talk about a couple of those people. Did you have Joseph live there? Joseph Daniels, the defendant. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, did his father also live there?
Yes.
And what would you refer to his father as?
Uh,
Did you call him? Did he have a name that he went by, or
Big Joe.
Big Joe? Okay, you called him Big Joe.
Yeah.
And did Big Joe have a wife?
Yeah.
And what was her name?
Belle.
Belle. Now, you mentioned that you had an aunt that lived there.
Yeah.
And what was her name?
Joyce.
Joyce. Okay. Now, did Big Joe? Did he have a job?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He worked as a truck driver.
He was a truck driver. Did Belle have a job?
And I don't think so.
Okay. Did Aunt Joyce have a job?
No.
Did Crystal have a job?
She had one, but she lost it.
She lost it. Okay. Did Joseph Daniels, the defendant, did he have a job?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Computer solutions.
Computer solutions? Was he good at working on computers?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Alex, if you don't mind, I want to show you a couple of photographs, okay? You okay with that?
Yeah.
Do you recognize that photograph, Alex?
Yeah.
I've got a close-up picture. Is this the same photograph that you see on the screen?
Yeah.
Can you see pretty good up there?
Yeah.
All right. What is that photograph?
Of the house.
Is that where you used to live?
Yeah.
At 1112 Garners Creek Road?
Yeah.
All right, is that the front of the house?
Yeah.
I'll move this as the next exhibit.
127.
And Alex, what's this photograph?
It's a photograph of the back of the house.
The back of the house?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that the same photograph that we see on the screen?
Yes.
Move this as exhibit 128. Alex, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
What is that?
It's the back porch, and that's the porch of the house.
This is?
Yeah.
All right. And I'll move this as exhibit 129. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions about this photograph, Alex. Is that the door on the back deck that everybody would come and go out of?
Yeah.
All right. Alex, do you recognize this photograph?
Yeah.
What is this?
That's the door, but from the inside.
That's the same door from the inside?
Yeah.
All right. Move this as exhibit 130. Now, Alex, looking at this door, what is that near the top of the door?
That's a fly trap.
And what's next to the fly trap?
A lock.
A lock?
Yeah.
Is there actually a lock on the door, or is that just the latch?
That's just the latch.
And why was there a latch up there?
Keep little Joe from getting out.
To keep little Joe from getting out?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's not a lock on it right now, is there?
No.
Okay. And Alex, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
What is this?
That's the living room.
Living room? Is
Yeah.
that also the back door?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the same photograph that we see on the screen?
Yes.
I'll move that as the next exhibit, 131.
Yes, sir.
Alex, whose toys are those on the floor?
All three of ours.
All three?
Yeah.
You, Joe, Clyde, and Noah?
Yeah.
So is that usually where you kept all the toys?
Yeah.
And what's this?
That's a wagon.
Wagon? Empty container? Or
Yeah.
Container? And all the toys were kept over in this area?
Yeah.
Now, who would get all the toys out like this?
Joe and Noah.
Joe and Noah? Was it pretty regular for the toys to be scattered out like that?
Yeah.
Did you ever clean them up?
Yeah, we cleaned them up a little bit, but not much.
I mean, with brothers, it's easy to get toys out all the time, isn't it? Yeah.
We cleaned them up, they just get back out.
You clean them up and they just get them right back out?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you identify this photograph?
Yeah.
What's that?
Same spot, but a different angle. Well, no, that's by the chimney place.
Okay. And I'll move this as exhibit 132. So we're seeing more toys, is that right?
Yes.
And those are in front of the chimney,
Yes.
the fireplace?
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, can you identify this photograph?
That is the living room table.
Living room table?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the same photograph that we see on the screen?
Yes.
All right. Maybe this is exhibit 133, is that right?
Yes.
And Alex, in the living room, we've already seen some of the toys. It looks like there might be some more toys sitting around the table, is that right?
Yes.
Was it pretty common for the toys to get scattered all over the living room?
Yes.
Okay. Alex, can you identify this photograph?
Yes.
What's this?
That is the door to Bell and Joe's room.
That's the door to Bell and Joe's room?
Yes.
Okay, and what's this right here?
TV.
TV. All right, move this as exhibit 134. Now, Alex, let me ask you a couple of questions about this photograph. These doors here go into Testifies Bell and Big Joe's bedroom.
Yeah.
And this is big screen TV. What's this over here?
That's a cabinet.
Cabinet?
Yeah.
Do you know what was behind the cabinet?
A door.
The front door of the house?
Yeah.
You know, why was the cabinet in front of the door?
One reason is because we didn't really have anywhere else to put it, and the other reason was to keep Joe in the house.
Okay. Alex, can you identify this photograph?
That's Bill and Joe's bed.
Is that going inside their bedroom?
Yeah.
All right. And is that the same photograph we see on the screen?
Yes.
Move that as the next exhibit.
135.
Alex, what's that hanging on the doorknob? Can you see that from your position?
Yeah, it looks like a basket.
Okay, is that an Easter basket?
Yeah.
Did y'all have an Easter egg hunt at your house?
Yeah.
All right. And Alex, can you identify this photograph?
That's the living room / kitchen.
Living room / kitchen.
Because this was like almost in the kitchen, but still in the living room.
Okay. Is that the same photograph we see on the screen?
Yes.
Move that as the next exhibit. Alex, can you identify this photograph?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the hallway.
Hallway? Okay. And what goes down the hallway? Where do those rooms go to?
That's my room and that's Joyce's room.
Okay. And is this photograph the same photograph we see on the screen, the big screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move that as the next exhibit, please. So, Alex, you've identified this as a photograph of the hallway going down to the bedrooms, is that right? Now, did you have a bedroom down this hallway?
Yes.
Who did you share a bedroom with?
Joe.
Joe Clyde?
Yeah.
Who else had a bedroom down this hallway?
Joyce and Noah, they would stay in the one to the left.
Alex, can you identify this photograph?
That's our room,
Whose room?
me and Joe's.
You and Joe?
Yeah.
And is that the same photograph we see on the screen?
Yes.
And that's the next exhibit.
138.
Do you know what that stuffed animal is on the floor?
Yes.
What is that?
Olaf.
Olaf? Was that your Olaf?
No.
Did you like Olaf?
No.
Whose Olaf is that?
Joe's.
Joe's. And Alex, can you identify this photograph?
Yes.
What is that?
That is Joyce's room.
It's your Aunt Joyce?
Yeah.
And is that the same photograph we see on the screen?
Yes.
All right. Move that to the next exhibit.
139.
Just shut that down for a second. So, I'm going to ask you some tough questions, okay? Do you remember the last day that you saw your brother alive?
Yeah.
Was that April 3rd of 2018?
Yeah.
Did you and Joe Clyde go to school that day?
Yeah.
And did you ride the bus home together?
Yeah.
And what did you do when you got off the bus that afternoon?
We went up the driveway into the house.
Okay. What else did y'all do that afternoon?
Nothing. We just stayed in the house and played around a little.
Just kind of a normal day?
Yeah.
All right. Who all was at home that night?
Crystal, Joyce, me, Joe, Noah, and Joseph.
Okay. Was Big Joe and Bill, were they at home that night?
No.
Where were they?
Big Joe was on a truck trip.
He was on a truck trip?
Yeah.
Okay. What time did you usually go to bed?
We didn't really have a usual bedtime. We went to bed whenever we went to bed.
Whenever you wanted to go to bed?
Yeah.
Do you remember which bedroom you slept in that night?
Yes, Belle and Joe's room.
You slept in Belle and Joe's room?
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Because they had a very comfortable bed.
They had a comfortable bed?
Yeah.
Was their
Whenever
bed...
they weren't there, we would sleep in there.
Okay. If they weren't at home, you would sleep in there?
Yeah.
Was that pretty common? If Big Joe was out on the road, that y'all would sleep in his bed?
Yeah.
Was it a bigger bed than yours?
Yeah.
Who slept in that bed that night?
Me and Joe.
Okay. Do you know what time Joe Clyde went to bed that night?
No. I couldn't say the exact time, but it was like 9 something.
Was he in bed before you went to bed?
Yeah. He was up like, we were already both in bed, just we weren't asleep yet.
Okay. Did y'all have a TV that you could watch in
Yeah.
Big Joe and Bell's room?
Yeah.
What would y'all usually watch when you were going to bed?
Pocky. It's something that he watched. I didn't watch it.
Pocky You?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that show.
It's old. I
You-
think.
Not something that you watched,
No.
but Joe Clyde liked it?
Yeah.
All right. So, did anything strange happen that night?
Not too strange, but it was a bit strange.
Okay. Well, tell us about that.
Well, he had come in there and beat him. He did.
The defendant?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Joe Clyde get out of bed?
Yeah, he peed in the floor.
He did?
Yeah.
Did you see him pee in the floor?
Yes.
Do you know about what time that was?
9. It was around 9.
It was just after y'all had gone to bed?
Yeah. We weren't asleep yet, but we were in the bed.
Okay. Well, when you say that he peed in the floor, was that in the bedroom?
In the bedroom, yeah.
Okay. And after Joe Clyde peed in the floor, what did you do?
I went and told
Told who?
him.
And when you're pointing at him, you're pointing at the defendant.
Yeah.
And when you went and told the defendant, where was the defendant?
In his room.
In his bedroom? Who was in the bedroom with him?
Crystal.
Now, were they awake or asleep?
Awake.
They were both awake? What were they doing?
Talking, watching TV.
Okay. And after you told the defendant that Joe Clyde had peed in the floor, what happened?
He went in there and beat him, like I said.
He did what?
He went in there and beat him.
Okay. Well, and then did you go back to bed?
Yeah.
Did Joe Clyde go back to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened after that?
Well, I woke up from this loud bang. I didn't go in there immediately, but
I know this is tough. I know it's tough. You need to take a break? You do want to take a break?
yes.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, just step out front on the floor.
All right, so right now they are taking a break from the testimony of 11-year-old Alex Nolan, the older brother of Joe Clyde Daniels, taking the stand here and talking a little bit about what happened that night. Not
Let's
clear
just
how
take a short
long
recess.
this break is going to be. It sounds like it will be a
Alex, I want
recess.
you to understand, I know how tough this is, but just, if you need a break like this, just let us know, and we'll give you an opportunity, okay? All right, we'll be in recess. If you will send word to me when you're ready.